75% of your grade is actually the exams. So let's take a look down here at this exam folder from the Start Here folder, and let's see how the exams work. It said 75% of your overall grade will be the 4 exams, compared to the quizzes, which each quiz is actually slightly less than 1%. So the exams are a big chunk of your overall grade. You have to be able to work out problems on paper and do that in a reasonable amount of time to pass this course. While the weekly quizzes are not proctored, in other words, there's no one monitoring what you do late on Sunday night, the exams must be proctored. There must be somebody reputable there to watch you and make sure that you're doing the exam properly. Fortunately, Calhoun has testing centers located at both the Huntsville and Decatur campuses, and proctoring at these testing centers is free. The exams will be submitted to those testing centers, so the student will simply walk into one of those centers during normal operating hours, submit an ID, give the course title and instructor, and take the exam there. And when the student is done with the exam, they will submit it there, and that exam will be held there until I come and pick it up or they send it to me. You'll be allowed a basic scientific calculator, just one that can do scientific calculations, but no graphing and no calculators that can store pictures or formulas. You might be allowed scratch paper if you think you need it, but there is plenty of space on the exam copy for you to do calculations, so you probably won't need the scratch paper. You will be allowed a 4x6-inch formula card only for formulas and definitions. So there should be no worked out problems, no mathematics steps on these formula cards, only formulas and definitions. And when you're done with your exam, that formula card will be stapled to your exam and left with your exam there at the testing center. All your cell phones should be turned off, and probably they should be left with your backpacks away from the testing table. So you shouldn't be able to look at images or anything else on your cell phone while you are taking the exam. If you are too far away from the Huntsville or Decatur campuses to have your exams proctored there, then you must find a reputable representative at a local college or university to proctor your exam. And so you contact them and have them contact me so we can establish a connection, and I can give them the exam at the proper time. They can administer it to you at an agreed time with them, and afterwards you submit the exam back to the proctor. The proctor will scan it and send that scanned exam to me for grading. So that's how the exams work in general. If we look at more information in this folder, we see that we have the testing center location and hours. Here's a student guide to the testing center, so this has all those rules, including cell phones and what to do with calculators. Main thing from this is the hours. The testing centers are now open Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Both testing centers from 8 to 7, and on Friday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Now, most of my exam deadlines are either Tuesday or Thursday, so if you are completing it on the deadline day itself, then you have until 7 p.m. on that day. You want to get there at least by 5 p.m. so that you give yourself 2 hours to do the exam, and in fact the testing centers will shut down at 6 p.m. So if you arrive after 6 p.m., they won't even let you take the exam. You can do a Friday exam only if it's not in the same week that the exam is due. In other words, if you do the exam early, then you could utilize that Friday morning time slot. All right, let's see here. What else is in this? We have a map. Here's the Decatur Testing Center, and it's located in the Noble Russell building, which is number 9 on this map. I'm located in building number 14, by the way, so not too far away, within walking distance. This testing center on the Decatur campus is not used very much, and it's beautiful. It's quiet, and the facilities are great, comfortable seats. I would suggest, if you can do it, it's well worth the extra drive to the Decatur campus to take your exam there. On the other hand, the Huntsville Testing Center, located in the Research Park campus building, if you go through the main entry, it's all the way back on your right, and that often is crowded and it's not as comfortable. So that's just my suggestion, but for your convenience, you have both. So the exams can be completed anytime before the testing deadline, but they must be completed by the testing deadline.